Hey there friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here at Disney's Animal Kingdom for a round of pin trading, and today we're going to be trading at every single pin board and with every single pin trading cast member we see. So I did bring with me a lot of Boo Boo Kitty pins. Now these are the pins that we used for match game, and we do have to swap some of these out because we do have a ton of duplicates. So we'll do some equal value trading. I also brought with me some real deal banana peel pins, so that way if we see anything real on the board that we want to take, we can do an equal value trade. So I brought these as well. So this side and this side. I'm just keeping my Judy Hopps pin. I keep forgetting to take that off of my pin pad. It's got to go on my Zootopia pin board. But yeah, that's the goal for today, just trading at every single board. Let's do this. Now here's a look at the Loungefly bag that I'm using today. Once again, busting out the Nick Wilde cotton candy bag from Zootopia. And then I paired it with my just all black lug bag, and we're using the Nick Wilde, Police Officer Nick Wilde bag clip. All right, let's get to it. So our first pin board is gonna be here at the Rainforest Cafe. In the gift shop, they have a pin board at the register. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at Rainforest Cafe, and we're gonna do a trade at every single board. So let's do the Jiminy Cricket, and then we'll trade away, let's do the Epcot little World Nature pin. All right, so we did our first trade. We got the Jiminy Cricket Tsum Tsum pin. Now, someone in the comments section of the match game said we should do an episode of match game where it's only Tsum Tsums, and I love that idea. So our next round of match game is going to be all Tsum Tsums. So we're gonna be picking up a lot of Tsum Tsums today. Our next pin board can be found here at the Animal Kingdom sign. So they have the ticket booths here. You can go to any one of these windows, and there's a pin board. All right, so the pin board at the ticket booth was not available. So now it's time to head into the park, and then we're gonna tackle the pin boards in this area. Let's go. So we made it into Animal Kingdom. We're gonna head over to guest relations and take a look at this pin board. It's just over here in this corner. So here's a look at the pin board in guest relations. I see 2 Tsum Tsums, actually 3. We got another one here. 4, actually, there's a ton of Tsum Tsums. Okay, so this is the Indiana Jones Tsum Tsum. So I say we take him, and then we'll trade away, I guess let's do the other Epcot World Nature pin. Oops. Yeah, just gotta make sure it's not here already. We're good. And then I also want the orange bird as well, because you can do 2 trades at a board. So we'll take that one, and then I say we leave behind Mickey Pants. How much are we? Perfect. All right, so we scored 2 more pins and 2 more Tsum Tsums, Indiana Jones and Orange Bird. So our next pin board can be found at Garden Gate Gifts. Now it's usually set up right here, but if you don't see it outside, it's inside. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at Garden Gate Gifts. And all right, no more Tsum Tsums. I mean, they do have Obi-Wan and Jiminy Cricket, but we already have him. So let's do this Pinocchio here, and then we'll trade away the Elsa pin. Just make sure she's not here. We're good. All right, let's do that. So we did another trade. We scored the little Pinocchio pin, who I do feel like would be good for a future episode of Match Game. All right, so we made it onto Discovery Island. We have a few pin boards in this area. Now here at Animal Kingdom, pretty much every refreshment cart is going to have a pin board. So we do have a refreshment cart coming up. Let's take a look at this pin board. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They have Zootopia Pandora charms. Oh man. All right, I know what I want for Christmas. So here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart, and I say we take that Tsum Tsum at the top there, and then we'll trade away Buzz Lightyear, like square pin. All right, so we scored another Tsum Tsum. I do believe this is Luke Skywalker Tsum Tsum. So very nice. Now we are here by Island Mercantile, and Island Mercantile's pin board is always sitting right here in the front. Here's a look at the pin board in front of Island Mercantile. Oh, we got some Tsum Tsums over here. So I say we take the Piglet, and then let's trade away the Pluto Lock. Is he on the board? Nope, we're good. Let's do that. So we did another trade. We're walking away with the little Piglet, who I've seen loads of times. So this one might be great for match game. All right, now I decided to pop into the actual store and see if we spot any pin trading cast members. So we did spot a pin trading cast member, and there's another Tsum Tsum of Sully. So let's take that one, and then we'll trade away Let's do this Cinderella here. All right, and we got another Tsum Tsum. This is a Sully. Yeah, this is gonna be a good match game. Tsum Tsums are everywhere. All right, you know I always gotta pop over to the Zootopia merchandise because we are still on the hunt for the Zootopia Better Zoogether Loungefly bag, and it looks like it has yet to be released. But are these new? Did we see these little bags? $34.99 for the Judy, and then there's also Nick. I think the Nick one looks the best. I feel like they always nail like Nick's look, and then sometimes Judy, I'm like, who is this? But they always get him right. Now we're gonna cross over to Riverside Depot, see if we have any pin trading cast members in here. All right, so there's actually a pin board inside Riverside Depot, and look, another Tsum Tsum. That's C3PO. So I say we take him. See, there's Tsum Tsums everywhere. All right, so we're gonna take that guy, and then let's trade away the Cheshire Cat Candy Apple. Ding, 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 we got another Tsum Tsum. It is the C3PO Tsum Tsum. How many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 7. All right, we gotta get 12 Tsum Tsums. So we did a trade on the pin board at Riverside Depot. There were no pin trading cast members, but outside they do have like a ticket corner, and at this corner, it's a pin board. Let's take a look. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at the ticket corner. We got another Tsum Tsum. All right, so let's take this one. This is Boba Fett. And then let's trade away. Let's do the Tigger pin. Just gotta make sure you're not leaving a duplicate pin. And also equal value trade. Oh, look at this little mini ice cream. She's cute. I'm not sure though. That's a wrap on Discovery Island. Let's head into DinoLand USA. Oh boy, it is busy here today. The holiday crowds are already at Walt Disney World. Like the whole Discovery Island was jam-packed with people. But a lot of people means better pins, hopefully. Okay, so at the entrance of DinoLand USA, there is a refreshment cart and a kiosk, and there should be a pin board here. So the pin board is over by the kiosk. I see a Tsum Tsum, and that's the Greedo Tsum Tsum. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one here, and then let's trade away, let's do Snow White's Baby Daddy. All right, so we scored another Tsum Tsum. It is the Greedo Tsum Tsum. And we did run into a friend who watches at the pin board, and I asked her which one we should go with, because there was also a Ariel Tsum Tsum on the pin trading cast members pin pad, but we decided Greedo might be easier to find in match game. So sweet. So now we're gonna head towards Dinosaur, the attraction, and head to the Dino Institute gift shop. Oh, there you go. But we do have a refreshment cart coming up, and then I saw comments of people saying, Kevin always misses the pin board across in the Restaurantosaurus. So we're gonna go into Restaurantosaurus today, and we're gonna find that pin board. So my bad, friends. I don't always know where all the pin boards are. So if I ever miss one, just call it out. And if I see it, we'll go to it. So here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart. We got another Tsum Tsum. It's Lil Boo from Monsters, Inc. Yeah, let's take it. That's a good one. And then we're gonna leave behind, I guess let's do another lock. Perfect. And then look, there is a Weight B. But we're all done with those, but that's a pretty good pin. So we did a trade. Now across the way is the side of Restaurantosaurus where Santa has their meet and greet. But look, there's a pin board right outside. Let's take a look. Here's a look at the pin board by Santa's meet and greet. Maybe this is the pin board you guys are referring to. Look, another Tsum Tsum. It's a Ewok. All right, we're gonna take this one. And then I say we leave, let's put,
if you want to go, you can take my place.
I guess the squirrel? Yeah, he's not on here. Let's do that one. So I'm assuming that's the pin board you all were referring to in the comments. I did ask the cast member about another pin board at Restaurantosaurus, and he said there's no pin board in Restaurantosaurus because they don't want any pins falling off and people stepping on them inside the building. And I was like, okay, that seems reasonable. So I guess that's the pin board you guys were talking about. But if not, I did ask a cast member. He told me no. So, but now let's head to the Dino Institute gift shop. And oh, my peas are not popping today, and it's because of the lip balm that I'm using. It's really sticky. Gift shop. All right, well, Dino Booty, let's go. And real quick, I'm a lip balm connoisseur. I love all different kinds of lip balms, lip butters. Do not buy topicals from Sephora. I don't know if it's at Ulta as well, but it's the worst. I just gotta throw that out there. So this is the Dino Institute gift shop. Let's pop inside and take a look at the pin board. All right, here's a look at the pin board in the Dino Institute gift shop. My peas are just not popping, and I'm not happy about it. Okay, there is a Sanduskin Raider, right? Sand Raider? You know what? Yes to the dress. Let's do this one here, and then we'll take this. Well, we'll leave behind this U here. Here, get off. There you go. So we scored another pin. We got the Tusken Raider from Star Wars. It's the ones that speak like. Oh man, listen, one thing about me is I'm gonna make myself laugh. So we have 11 Tsum Tsums. We need to find one more, and then I think we're set for match game. But I don't know why I'm having so fun finding the Tsum Tsum. So maybe we'll get more than 11. We'll see, and then we'll choose out of all the ones that we got a top 12. So that's a wrap on DinoLand USA. We're gonna head towards Finding Nemo, the Rusical, and take a look at the pinboard at the refreshment cart. But let's just do a double checky by the Restaurantosaurus entrance, because I remember before construction went down, they had a pinboard at the umbrella, but because of all the construction walls and all of that, they no longer do. So maybe that's the pinboard you are all referring to. So let's see, maybe. So this is Restaurantosaurus. Yeah, I don't see any pins, and the cast member already told me there's gonna be no pins inside. I remember seeing a pinboard once right at the little patio right there, and then sometimes there was a pinboard right here, so there's no pinboard here at Restaurantosaurus. Okay, so we are approaching Finding Nemo, the Rusical. I can see the refreshment cart, but one of the cast members from Finding Nemo, the Rusical is closer to the refreshment cart holding the pinboard from Finding Nemo, the Rusical. Let's take a look. Here's a look at the pinboard. This is the pinboard from Finding Nemo, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all right. All right, so you know what? Let's go ahead and take this long neck Mickey here, and then I will trade you. Let's do this Mickey here. So we got another pin. That was the Finding Nemo, the Rusical pinboard, so nice. We got this long neck Mickey. I don't know, there was something about him. It called to me, so. And here's a look at the pinboard at the refreshment cart, and all right, I don't see any Tsum Tsums, and we do have to do a trade at every board, so I say we take the Mad Hatter hat, and then let's leave behind, let's do the Maleficent Chin or Natalie Nunn Chin. Perfect. All right, we just did 2 more trades. Now we're gonna head towards Expedition Everest. Now we are passing Finding Nemo, the Rusical, but the pinboard was actually over there today, so I love that. I hope they bring out the Finding Nemo, the Rusical pinboard more, because it's rarely ever out, so seeing it is kind of like lightning in a bottle, you know? So we're here by Expedition Everest. Now, Expedition Everest pinboard is gonna be underneath this umbrella here, but first we do have a refreshment cart on our left, which has a pinboard. So let's go take a look at this one. All right, so here's a look at the pinboard at the refreshment cart. And, okay, this is a different style of Tsum Tsum. So I say we take this one here, and then we'll leave behind the Snow White pin. So we got another Tsum Tsum. Is this Indiana Jones? No, this is definitely Indiana Jones. That's Sheriff Woody, right? Yeah, that's definitely Sheriff Woody, because the nose looks more like Sheriff Woody. Or maybe it's vice versa. Uh-oh. Either way, we got a Tsum Tsum. All right, so here's a look at the pinboard at Expedition Everest pinboard. Oh, look at the Tink Tsum Tsum. Yes. All right, I want that Tink Tsum Tsum. But look at all these Tsum Tsums down here. Or the Chip and Dale. You know what, we can do 2 trades at a board. I say we do Chip and Dale instead, because that would be great for a match game. All right, so let's take those 2, and then we're gonna trade away. Let's do the dinosaur pin. Just gotta make sure it's not on the board. Okay, we're good, we're gonna leave that one. And then we're also gonna leave Snow White's baby daddy, who is also not here. All right, so these 2 for these 2. So we do have another refreshment cart coming up here in Asia. It's heading towards Africa. It's the tail end of Asia. So let's take a look at this pinboard. So here's a look at the pinboard here at the refreshment cart. Okay, I don't see any Tsum Tsums. How about, well, we do have to do a trade. How about Shelly May? Yeah, let's do Shelly May, and then we'll leave behind the candy apple of the Cheshire Cat. Wonderful. So we're all done in Asia. We're gonna start making our way into Africa. So over at Cali River Rapids, the attraction is under refurb right now, but they do have a pinboard right outside. Okay, so here's Cali River Rapid, and the pinboard is just right outside. Here's a look at the pinboard at Cali River Rapids. I do see another Tsum Tsum, and it's actually Rapunzel. So I say we take that one, and then we trade away the Obi-Wan, because I have 3 of him already. Just gotta make sure he's not here. You can't leave any duplicates. All right, perfect. So let's take this diva, and then we'll leave behind Obi-Wan. Goodbye forever. So we scored another Tsum Tsum, little Rapunzel. You know, I'm loving this. I'm loving finding all the Tsum Tsums. There are so many Tsum Tsums. I think there's over 100. Don't quote me. There are a lot. There are a lot of Tsum Tsums. So we are by Maharajah Jungle Track. There is another refreshment cart coming up, and then also there are pin trading cast members that hang out at the entrance of the Jungle Track. So let's start at the refreshment cart and then work our way over. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart. Okay, these are the emoji pins, not Tsum Tsums. I love how this just became a Tsum Tsum hunt. All right, we do have to do a trade, so I say we take the Vinylmation, and then let's leave behind, let's do a U, I guess. So we'll put U here, and we'll take U. Well, not you, you know what I mean. So we did a trade at the refreshment cart, and now let's trade here at Maharajah Jungle Track. So we do have a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. Let's take that Baloo, and then we'll trade away. Let's do a Puffle. And they also have a pin board here at the Maharajah Jungle Track. And let's see. They do have Minnie with a bob, but I got a ton of her. All right, let's do this Winnie the Pooh here. And then we'll leave behind, let's do, I guess the Dumbo pin. Oh wait, no, he's already there. Mickey Pants? Yeah, Mickey Pants. So we scored 2 more pins at the Maharajah Jungle Track. We're walking away with the Winnie the Pooh and then the Baloo Tsum Tsum. That's a good one. That's a good one for match game. Straight down from the Maharajah Jungle Track, we have Mandala Gifts, which has a pin board. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at Mandala Gifts. And this is definitely a Tsum Tsum, and it's Scuttle. So I want to take Scuttle, and then let's trade away. Okay, we could do this little Mickey watch here. Perfect. All right. Ding, ding, ding. We got another Tsum Tsum. It's Scuttle. Oh my God, look at all the Tsum Tsums we found today. So now we're here by Feathered Friends in Flight. They sometimes have a pin board. Right now they do not, but we do have a refreshment cart coming up just on the other side. Here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart. And no more Tsum Tsums, but we do have to do a trade. I like this Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. So we'll take him and then we'll trade away Snow White. Yeah, let's do that. So we just scored this Oswald the Lucky Rabbit pin. He is a Boo Boo Kitty, but not a bad looking Boo Boo Kitty. You could definitely see like the dips in the enamel, which is not great, but I don't know, he's a good one. He's a pretty good Boo Boo Kitty. So we're heading into Africa, but here at the borderline of Africa and Asia, they do have a guest experience team, Blue Umbrella, which has a pin board. Let's take a look. So here's a look at the pin board, plus a pin trading cast member's pin pad. You know what, let's do another Puffle, and then we'll trade away. Oh, we'll do the license plate. So we did another trade. We're walking away with a pink Puffle. Lovely. This would be good for another match game too, because Puffles are kind of everywhere. All right, so we're here in Africa. We're passing Harambe Market. It's still closed, so no pin board. Now we do have a Mombasa Gifts, which all connects to like this shop here, so we could just enter through here and see if the pin board is available or if there are any pin trading cast members. And unfortunately, no pin board here in Mombasa Market, so let's keep moving. So our next pin board is going to be here at the pin station. It's just going to be under this umbrella. So here's a look at the pin board at the pin station, and they do have the Mike Wazowski Tsum Tsum, so we definitely want him. So that means we found Mike, Sully, and Boo today. And then let's trade away Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, we'll do this one. Just make sure he's not here. Okay, we're good. Let's leave him right here. So we scored another Tsum Tsum, and now we have Mike Wazowski, Sully, and Boo. So I think that's the whole Monsters Inc. Tsum Tsums, unless Randall is one of them. I don't know, but we got all 3 of those guys. We are now at 19, I believe, 19 little Tsum Tsums that we found today. So we're headed to Festival of the Lion King, and we do have a refreshment cart here, and also Mariah's Souvenirs, no relation to Mariah Carey. It's a little gift shop next door, so 2 pin boards right here. Here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart, and okay, we gotta do a trade. How about another Puffle? Do we not have the blue one yet? Okay, so let's take that Puffle, and then we'll trade away this Dumbo pin here. Sweet. Alrighty. Perfect. So we scored another Puffle, and now it's time to head into Mariah's Souvenirs. No relation to Mariah Carey. They have a little pin board here. This is the pin board at Mariah's Souvenirs. No relation to Mariah Carey. Okay, I don't see a Tsum Tsum that we don't already have. Look at this Chip and Dale. Oh yeah, that's Boo Boo Kitty, but I like this one. So we'll take that, and then let's leave the Wilderness Explorer badge. Sweet. So now we're gonna head towards Pandora, but through this like back entrance into Pandora, they have a refreshment cart. Lately it's been closed, but I always recommend stopping by because it's randomly open and they do have a pin board. Okay, so we made it to Pandora. We're gonna pop into Wind Traders, which is the gift shop after Flight of Passage, and take a look at the pin board. All right, so it looks like the pin board is outside today, and here's a look. Okay, who do we want from here? We gotta trade at every board. I don't see a Tsum Tsum. Well, they do have a Tsum Tsum, but we already have him. That's the guy. You know what? Let's go with Joy, because in the future, she might be really good for match game. So let's take Joy, and we'll leave you again. I always like to pop into Wind Traders too, just to see if there are any pin trading cast members. There are none right now. But here in Wind Traders, they used to have that thing where you can build your own little avatar to look like you. Well, that's gone. Like, it used to sit right over in that area there, and now it's fully gone. So we did spot a pin trading cast member. Here's a look at their pins. All right, ooh, that Lady Tremaine. Yes to that dress. And then we shall leave. Let's do the Pluto Mickey there. So we scored a pretty cool Lady Tremaine pin. Never seen her before. I like this pin. Now, I also asked the cast member, like, when did that happen? Where they took out, you know, the avatar model that you can build. And she was like, Kevin, that happened in October. Where you been? And I was like, October? I was like, I've been here like loads of times. But I guess I'm always into the pin trading of it all, that I don't pay attention to like what's actually happening. But that's been gone since October. Wow. So here in Pandora, they also have a refreshment cart that has a pin board, and it's located right by the bathroom. So let's take a look at this pin board. All right, so here's a look at the pin board at the refreshment cart. And okay, let's take this Pascal. He's pretty cool. We've seen him in the past. And then we'll leave Peter Pan, this little Peter Pan here. All right, perfect. All right, and we scored a pretty good pin at our final pin board here in Pandora. That's the little Pascal. It is a Boo Boo Kitty pin, but I don't know, he's cute. Some of these Boo Boo Kitties are, but they're cute. So we're here by Tiffins, which is right behind me here, but there's also a refreshment cart. So let's start here. Here's a look at the pin board, at the refreshment cart. Okay, let's see, what are we taking here? We do see him a lot, the Jiminy Cricket. So let's do this one, and then let's trade away. Oh, let's do the Tower of Terror one. There you go. All right. Now we're going to see if the pin board is available here at Tiffins. So I spoke to the cast member. Tiffins did not have their pin board right now. So let's head to our next location. Okay, so we got two more pin boards here by Pizzafari. There's one at a refreshment cart over there, and then also a guest experience team. But I saw people in the comments yelling about Pizzafari having a pin board in like the lobby area. Now I have checked in the past, and I also have a cast member friend who works here, and they told me no pin board. Well, they said it's there like randomly. It's not consistent. So we're gonna start checking from now on. But I have checked in the past. Okay, so we're inside Pizzafari. By the way, I've never eaten here before, so we gotta get a food review for this place done soon. But I just spoke to a cast member. I asked them if they do any pin trading in here, and she told me there is no pin trading inside of the lobby area or the ordering area of Pizzafari. All right. I mean, we'll keep checking though. Now let's head to the refreshment cart, take a look at this pin board. So there was no pin board at the refreshment cart, but I did run into friends who watch, and they asked to sign the Book of Friends. And lately, I've been getting a lot of people asking to sign the Book of Friends. This is a little book that I carry with me, and I will never present the book to you. You have to request the book, and then you can sign, you can put whatever you want inside the book. This is now our 4th book, and it just has like little messages from people that I've met in the park. They put the date that I met them and also like where they're from, and it's just really cool. Like one day when I'm an old person, I'm gonna look back on all these books and just see how many people I've met, and it's pretty crazy. So if you ever see me out in the park, sign my Book of Friends, please. And also the family that I met, they were here on a solo trip without their kid, and they were like, my kid's gonna be so bummed. So Kennedy, if you're watching this video, hi friends, I met your parents, and hopefully the next time you're back at Disney, I'll get to meet you, and then you can sign my Book of Friends too. Alrighty, now we got one more pin board coming up, and that is the guest experience team, and then that's a wrap. Alright, and here's a look at our final pin board, and we're closing out with a bang, because there's another Tsum Tsum, and it is Abu, so we definitely want him. And then there's also a pin at Trading Cast Members pin pad. Okay, so we're gonna take this one here, and then, let's see, let's leave behind Let's do this teacup here. Perfect. So that was our final pin board, and today we're walking away with 20 Tsum Tsum pins. This was a lot of fun. This was so much fun. Now I'm excited to see which ones we're gonna actually pick for our next game of match game. So I'll let you all decide in the comments. Out of all these Tsum Tsums here, pick a few, and then we'll just we'll line them up for our next match game. Alrighty, friends, that is gonna do it for our time here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, pin trading at every single board and with every single pin trading cast members. A lot of fun. Ton of Tsum Tsums we're taking home. The next episode of Match Game is going to be fantastic. I'm excited for that. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. You can follow me on every single social media platform at WDW Kevin. I am the cockroach of the internet. You can find me just about everywhere, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, and